Hey, it's Perry here, coming at you with part 2 of my Elements editing tutorial. Um, Here we're going to cover sections 13 to 17. The reason for that is because section 17 is dropless, as you can see, and that's going to take a minute. Section 13 is puppets. Puppets, like there's really nothing to edit here. You've got your stack size, your protection ID, your buy value, your sell value. I don't know what 5 does. I really have no idea what that column is. But, you know, your buy value, you can turn it up, but that's just how much it would be if it was in an MPC, which is kind of, it's pointless really to do any of this. I don't know. If you found a reason to do it, you know, all the power to you. It's self-explanatory. It's very simple. Same thing with the portal charm section. It's the exact same. The only difference is this freeze thing. I don't know what that means. But, you know, they can stack up to 9999 or they can stack to 1. I guess this is the more common one. Excuse me. So next we'll go to quest items. Again, very self-explanatory section. You've got the size it can stack to, the way it looks, the name of it, and the protection ID. I've never had any reason to add anything to this. It's possible that you may need to be in this section, and your item may need to be in this section to work with tasks to create quests. Somebody might be able to confirm or deny that, or help me with you know, teaching people on how to properly do that. I personally haven't done any creating of quests or instances or anything like that, but I'd really like to. I'm really interested in you know, taking it to the next level, so to speak. But anyways, these quest items, I've never found any reason to edit them. You can see it's very self-explanatory. This unknown section is actually just boss or dropless categories. Comper, if you happen to be watching this, and it seems like you're the one who changes and edits this stuff, so you know, there you go. You can now you know what that section is. That there is for all of the different categories that are used to define what the drop lists are. I think that's part of why you'll find that you can put times 100 for a drop list on a regular monster with a regular class ID, and then times, you know, 1,000 to get the same effect from a boss ID. That is a case that I have noticed that issue. Something else to mention is there is a file on the server side called extradrops.sev. I've actually I've looked at it a little bit, but I haven't really tried to edit it. I do see where the dragon totems are currently, so I suppose I could edit all of those and add something in their place, but I don't know about adding something on top of those. You know, it was a little confusing for me, so if somebody knows how to edit that, that'd be cool. I wouldn't mind learning about that. For now, what I've done is I've done it within the actual drop lists. So when you go into a drop list, generally with all the earlier ones and the general ones, like these are all the ones in Sunstream right here, I believe. Yeah, almost positive. And then the ones down at 31K, these are the first ones in Divine Realm, I believe. These drop lists were added because of Athens, so it has some, you know, the whole Athens set of items, right? So you've got your chances of getting Athen items or of getting human items, which is actually defined in the mobs, right? You here you can find the chances of how much items you will get from the drop list, and then here this is the chance of getting each drop list, and this is the 2 drop lists that you can get. Not every monster has 2 drop lists, but most of the basic ones do. So once you know which drop list you want to edit, like let's say we want to edit 2457, like we were just looking at there, was the I believe the butterflies drop list. Now what you do to edit this drop list is very simple, really. I mean, everything's kind of self-explanatory. It's just one column for ID and then one column for rate, and then it just keeps going like that. You can, as far as I can tell, you can just fill it until it gets to here, right? And if you want to add more drops to that monster, then you can create a second drop list, though I haven't had any luck creating a drop list yet. So what we're going to talk about is how to edit drop lists and how to add items to drop lists. We're going to use some of the features down here. Really simple stuff. We're just going to show you with 5 because whether it's 5 or 500, it's the same, right? First of all, you're going to want to look at things like what's different, right? If you're going to be changing IDs, it's not really a big deal, but when you're changing rates, it really matters. One thing that you're going to want to know about is that down around here, somewhere around here, there it is, there's some lists that have an item right here. So when you're doing mass edits of drop rates, that area is going to bug out on you. And it's in both sections, the Athen and the human section of the drop lists, right? Now the next thing you're going to want to know is that this needs to add up to 100. All of these together need to add up to 100. And when I say 100, I don't mean like 100.5 or something like that. It really needs to be 100.000, you know, 4. Like it needs. It's I think at the 130,000th decimal point is where you get that little bit of leeway. So it's really not a lot of leeway at all. Like you need to be very exact. And as you can see, we go quite a few decimal points in with some of these items, right? For the purpose of editing, I'm usually pretty good at keeping round numbers, but you know, it eventually does get to be a long number. If you don't want an item dropping a lot, you know, you might need a long number, you know, to really get down there into the small decimal points to keep that item from, you know, screwing up the economy on your server, right? So when you're doing a batch edit, it's very simple, really. You go, let's say you wanted to add something to the very, very end of the list where Nirvana Aura is here, and you wanted to change that item to, you know, let's say 49275, right? And you just go like that, and that's not a real item, so it doesn't say anything next to it, but you can see how it changed there and not here. Anything that's checked would have been changed to 49275 in that column. Whether it be in the same screen I'm looking at or all the way down here, it doesn't matter. If it's checked, it will get edited. So of course I want to change that back, because this is actually, I'm going to be doing an actual patch on this file very soon. The next thing that you're going to want to know about this is that this needs to add up to 100 as well. Alright, and what this is what are the chances of getting no drop from that monster? What are the chances of getting one unique item? So one item will drop, but you'll get like 30 of that item. 2 items will drop, you'll get like 30 of each of those items, etc. You know, you get the idea. And this, I guess, is 4 or more. And it might sound like a great idea to just throw everything on 4 or more, and hey, there you got great drop rates. It would probably cause you some lag problems, and people would be DCing because you're going to be dropping, you know, 4 or 5 of each item, 30, you know, hundreds and hundreds of items per monster that's killed. And you know, when you've got hundreds of people doing that, it's gonna add up to lag on the server, right? It doesn't take much to cause a DC, to be honest. So yeah, that's pretty much all you need to know to edit a drop list. One cool thing that I'm going to show you here at the end of the video, so if you waited long enough, you'll get to see something cool. Here, you can actually copy the entire section. Basically, all you do is you can either select all, like I just did, and copy that way, or you don't even need to have it selected. You can just click here and copy it that way. And if you do this one, you open, you find the file where you have the file, which in this case for me is right here, and you pick the file. I don't know which one's which because I can't read Chinese, but the first one, it would be like if I grab the one from here, I don't know if it matters which one I grab, but this one will add it to the end of them. This one will just replace everything that's there. So that makes it pretty easy to copy stuff from one Element.data to the next. And that's all we're going to cover in this video. Thanks for watching.